Well, we found the tumor. It was a Boy Scout physical, and they rushed me to the Goshen Hospital.
I would have said he was my healthiest kid. Of all my 5 kids, he had no symptoms. There was nothing that I would have thought that there was anything wrong with him.
Went in, met with this urologist, and he could not have been nicer, but he's like, it's a tumor, and basically was said, I'm going to refer you to Riley, because it's not, I mean, my take on it, he was pretty flummoxed. Like, he had not seen something like this
It happened all the
previously.
way through. People would say, it's so
you don't
big.
feel sick?
It's so big, you don't feel sick.
Yeah.
July 29th, they took the tumor out.
I want to tell you this, that like that night I was praying, and I prayed like, God, all these people are praying. Like, where are you? And I felt like he said to me, I am saving his life. And so all through his cancer journey, I just kept thinking, it doesn't look like it, you know, but all these things are happening so that his life will be saved in the end. And I got the phone call, and it was a doctor, and he told me that it was a cancer called rhabdomyosarcoma, embroinal rhabdomyosarcoma. And I just remember asking, like, do kids live? Do kids ever survive this?
It might have been that night or the next day, but I remember going up into my room and just bawling because I was scared.
Then we get the news that we have been paired with, quote, the best cancer doctor in the world at this type of cancer.
He was like, you know, yeah, I looked at everything, and we think one day of chemo.
One day of chemo.
One day of chemo.
So we called everyone we knew. We planned a party for after when the chemo was going to happen, a great celebration party. He said, you'll lose your hair, but that has to happen one day. So then, was it just the next day? It might have been a couple days later.
It might have been the next day or 2 days.
We got a phone call from his assistant. And instead of one day of chemo,
it was 20 infusions.
20 over 24 weeks.
Over 24 weeks, yeah.
So instead of one day of chemo, we have 24 weeks of care.
First thing they had to do was the port. So they put the port in, and then they got me started on my chemo right after the port.
They keep him overnight, and they left the next day, and what happened?
I went and played a basketball game the next day.
It's a true story. Inform me. I didn't find out about Cancer Resources of Elkhart County until really late in his treatment. And I wish I'd found out earlier. Would have been really invaluable. We're a one-income family. We had 2 cars, and we were just driving them into the ground because of driving back and forth to Riley and Memorial all the time, and so we'd had to have car repairs. And so Cancer Resources gave us some money to help pay for the car repairs so that we could keep going, right? It was stressful. One of our cars was burning oil, and like before I took him to chemo, I had to like in the winter, like, you know, check the oil.
After cancer, I got a lot more determined. This past basketball season, if I even had like a minor sickness, I would be like, no, I don't really want to go play. But like having the opportunity to say, I played basketball through cancer, like that was motivating within itself. Knowing that whatever happens is not going to be as bad as what happened earlier when they found the tumor. That kind of gave me a different outlook.
Well, I just admire him so much. When this started off, I would tell people that I wanted to be like Jack, so. And I still wish I could be like Jack.
Thank you for donating to Cancer Resources. It helps families like ours.